Welcome to the International Brendan Fraser Film Festival of North Carolina. We're back with our original co-host.
Yes, with
Elizabeth.
our very first co-host, Elizabeth.
Introduce yourself.
Okay, well, this is put me on the spot.
I know. I'm gonna switch it up.
We are the Bembridge Scholars. Elizabeth is a Bembridge Scholar as well. We welcome all people who love Brendan Fraser. I'm Dizzy.
I'm Whitney.
And we just sit here and watch Brendan Fraser's movies and we talk about them. That's what we're doing here today.
All we do with our lives.
We don't do anything
So if
else.
you are casually on YouTube and you're just like, hey, I want to know what's going on with Brendan Fraser, and you just search him a lot, you'll find these videos and then you'll be like, these people are my people. I need to be a part of this. And then you'll just comment like crazy on every single video. And then eventually Whitney and Dizzy will be like, hey, you're cool. And then you'll be a part of it. You're a Bembridge Scholar.
Yeah.
So that's how it goes.
Yeah. Today we will be watching Bedazzled. And I feel like this is very appropriate because this film has Elizabeth Hurley in it. Elizabeth is our guest host. And my name
is
is Elizabeth. All the Elizabeths out there, this is dedicated to you. This is from 2000.
I've never seen it.
I've seen it one time. I think I saw it like at a friend's house. I feel like at this point he's starring more in comedies than
Listen, he just
dramas.
did Dudley Do-Right.
People do love this movie.
Yeah, I
People
think it has
really love
quite a
this
following.
movie.
And also, this is another one with Toby Huss, who I love. I'm so glad that he's in both of the movies that I've done with you guys, because he has these small moments that are just so hilarious. He brings so much to it.
Oh,
really
is this the guy that
excited.
was the friend and still breathing?
breathing, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
This movie is available on those streaming services for rent for about $3.99. So I think we're going to be watching this on Amazon. Watch Bedazzled with us, everybody.
See you soon.
That was such a fun movie. I
Wasn't
loved
it?
it. Yeah.
It was so good. I think the way that he portrayed each character and like gave it 110% and he did good, and he wanted to do good, and I think he did good, and I just loved him.
No Iron Team.
Right. He showed such a wide range of what he can do as a comedic actor. There have been a few other movies that we watched of his where I'm like, I feel like I'm not even watching him. Like, I know it's him, but it's not him. And I felt that way with all of his characters in this.
I think this was one of my favorites.
Yeah, me too.
This is so fun.
He's so great in each role. I think he does comedy so well. This movie is about a man named Elliot Richards who is very socially awkward. He works for like some maybe tech company. All his coworkers kind of don't really like him because he just doesn't really get the vibe. He comes across Elizabeth Hurley. Come to find out she's the devil. And she offers him 7 wishes to reframe his life, kind of give him a new perspective, kind of give him what he wants. Pretty much a trap. She basically wants his soul in exchange for these wishes that are most likely not going to go according to plan. So he's like, yeah, sure. I want to have a new life. I want to be popular. I want to fall in love with this girl, Allison. I should say that's really the whole motivator that he has for the whole movie, is he's in love with this girl, Allison, who he works with, but has never really talked to him. And he thinks if he just becomes the perfect man, she'll fall in love with him. So that's the whole point of the movie, is him trying on all these different things to try and be the perfect man. That it obviously goes wrong.
And there's always a catch to the
Always.
wishes. Always.
Right, because the devil needs him
Not
to make
an
7
enjoyable one.
wishes so that then she can get his soul.
I did love the ending because
I did
essentially,
too.
like, he didn't get the girl that he thought he wanted. He didn't win over those horrible coworkers that he wanted so desperately to be friends with. He just gained a lot of confidence and really stepped into his own. And
instead he meets the doppelganger of the woman that he like,
who is actually,
her hair is different.
Yeah, who
She's
is actually perfect for him.
Let's talk about what a knockout Elizabeth Hurley is.
Oh my
in this
God.
film.
Every single scene, every outfit she wore, I'm just like
Yeah.
Iconic.
she's beautiful. And
She's
also I love the
stunning.
whole like red and black vibe. Seeing all those outfits, I'm like, I would wear that. I would wear that. I mean, I probably wouldn't pull it off nearly as well, but I would still wear it.
We can still try to
It's
wear
all about the attitude. I couldn't not
And
stare at her.
I know,
Like, in
she's
fact,
just
I was looking
gorgeous.
at her more than I was looking at Brendan.
Yeah, when
She's
they were
so
both on
mesmerizing.
on
Yeah.
screen, I was looking at her, and also her voice. It's so sultry, so sexy.
Mhm. I love that all of the wishes included his coworkers in some way
Loved
or
it.
another, because I
They
felt
were
like
so funny.
they were so funny, and that must have
Yeah.
been such a fun movie for them to all be in.
I also really enjoyed seeing Frances O'Connor
I did
in this
too.
movie.
Yeah.
Fanny Price. Fanny Price.
I still think Toby Huss is hilarious.
Oh my God, he was hysterical.
The other guys were also really,
They were.
really funny.
So our first category is emotional depth.
We had to see
When
him
he's
be
the sensitive guy.
The sensitive guy.
and we see him cry actually in a couple of other places too, I think. He was also really lighthearted. We also had to see him kind of get rejected and feel left out and feel
That was so heartbreaking to
embarrassed.
watch. Like I wanted to
was.
cry.
in the beginning. I just felt like, gosh, I've met people like that.
have too.
It is so easy to be like,
Yeah.
you know, or just to write them off.
His coworkers were
They were mean. I mean, I would never be mean.
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
like that, but
they were nasty.
yeah, I feel like a lot of times people don't try to get to know someone
Yeah.
who's maybe a little bit socially awkward.
The fact that he could do it so convincingly almost had me like sad for Brendan too. Like that had to come from somewhere.
His least depthy character was probably the basketball player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, poor thing,
guy.
could barely express
Mhm.
himself. His most depthy, in some ways, might have been himself, you know, because then he kind of had to deal with what had just happened in his wish. At the end, he was kind of a
Yes.
different person.
Oh, we're doing this
Exactly
again.
what happened last time.
All right, I think we should go in for the middle.
Okay,
Yep,
let's
I
do
agree.
6. Yeah.
Cool, 6. Man, count.
Man count.
Ooh.
I didn't count any mams.
I did.
What?
I didn't count. You did?
Okay, I
When?
thought for sure you would have gotten it.
I was
So-
looking and I missed it.
Okay, so it's actually when he's the basketball player, and Frances O'Connor is coming up to him as the
Oh.
reporter.
Mhm.
And even though he can barely get any actual words out,
He's
he
still
knows
a
about
polite
10
boy.
words. He's like, ma'am,
Thank you,
Good.
Whitney. I'm glad you caught that.
that was a 1. 1 for ma'am.
1 for man count.
Comedic performance.
I mean, there's still so much in his filmography that we have never seen and that we don't know anything
True.
about. But I cannot imagine anything being funnier than this. You look doubtful.
I don't know. I just thought George of the Jungle was hilarious.
Do you think it was
It
funnier
was.
than this?
I think his performance was funnier.
I don't think so.
Except for when he's like being all the other people. I
That's
don't know.
what I mean.
It's different comedy.
Totally
Like they're
different.
different
Yes.
stories, but I
It's different
feel like the amount of comedy that he brings to it is still like top.
Yeah.
That's my 10 cents. 10 cents. Sorry, I was a little ahead of you.
I
guys,
wanted
but had
I
to.
wanted to go to 10.
I
Okay,
think
let's do 9.
I'll take
Okay.
9.
Best actor in a dramatic role.
There wasn't too much drama here.
No.
Okay. Oh, I went super low, but I could go up. I think 2 would be good.
Physical prowess and stunts.
Jumping onto the helicopter, him playing basketball.
The fight scene as the Columbian Drug Lord. The Columbian Drug Lord had a lot of physical prowess.
Yeah, you know who else did?
Hmm.
The writer. When he walked in, I was like,
Oh yeah. That whole scene just
Yeah.
had me like, who are you?
That is a really good example of the physical prowess portion of it is not a rating based on his physical appearance. It is just how he moves. It's the vibe that he gives off.
like someone can walk in the room and they just command.
Oh yeah.
It's
It's that animal magnetism.
Oh, okay.
Oh
No, you know what? I think
I
I
almost-
4.
I almost did a 4. Hair.
Oh, hair. Elliot Richards' hair. It's kind of Rick
I was-
O'Connell, kind of
yes.
Dudley Do-Right. It was styled a little blandly. When he's the writer, it's just styled a little bit better. And it's like,
Some of my favorite hair is when he's meeting with the devil in her office and he sees vision of himself.
Almost like a Fabio.
Oh my God.
it reminded me of like what Airhead's hair could have been if it were styled better.
He looked like he belonged on the cover of a romance novel.
Whatever they were showing on that screen, I just thought
I
if
want
that
that.
kept going, that's a bodice ripper. Then
Mhm.
he has red hair. I
No.
actually
Oh my God.
really liked it.
What?
I think because he just looked like a completely different person.
The Civil War, like Lincoln
Oh,
right.
yeah.
I
hair
forgot
with
about that one.
terrible. You know which hair I loved?
The basketball player. That was my least favorite. I think he gets some
Bleached
detracted
hair.
points.
If it had been a different color, I
No.
could have no. My favorite hair and facial hair combination was the Columbian Drug Lord. I was so attracted to him. I loved his nose.
Well, you love big noses.
Exactly. I wouldn't normally go for that kind of mustache, but I loved it on him, and I loved the hair, and there were like a little gray, like a little bit of gray.
There was a little gray.
If I could step into any of these fantasies, that's the one I would. Just minus the Russians and the cocaine.
So you're going with the drug lord. I'm going with Fabio. Who are you going with, Elizabeth?
It's a toss-up between Fabio, I like that we call him Fabio,
Uh-huh.
and when he's the writer.
So there is
The
a
hair.
wide spectrum of hair here.
Okay.
9, 6, and 7.
I like it. I feel like we have to take into account that he's using the hair for his acting so much in this movie.
Right.
The hair was so powerful and strong in this movie,
Yeah.
even though it wasn't always
such
attractive.
That
It was
some
such a
very
focal
powerful and
point.
strong hair. Did we learn a lot about the character just by the hair?
And did it add to
Yeah.
my enjoyment of these characters? Absolutely. Could we push for
I
the
could
8?
I could go up to an 8. I could do an 8. Okay, our next category is hidden talent.
Speaking Spanish and Russian.
That's what I
Spanish and
wrote down.
Russian.
Russian is very difficult to speak,
I am not a native
No.
Russian speaker, so I don't know how
but
convincingly
it
he did it.
sounded good.
But it sounded Russian to me.
Seemed like everything just rolled off the tongue really nicely.
Yeah, he wasn't making it into a caricature.
When I used to speak Swedish, I really had to force it because it was just so unfamiliar to me. And I overpronounced everything. That's why my Swedish was never good, because it never just rolled off my tongue. It was never effortless.
I wonder what that sounds like to a Swede.
Well, I have been told that I spoke Swedish with a Russian accent.
Oh, that's great.
I don't know how that happened.
That's a
but
hidden talent. We do know he can speak French, but I don't think he has any reference to really knowing Spanish. I don't think we've seen
No.
that really before. Knowing as moderate Spanish as I know, he pretty much said everything the right way. Like there were only a couple things that he missed, but it was very minimal. And the fact that he learned all the right words and all the grammar for that entire scene was awesome.
There was a lot of dialogue as
A
that
lot.
character, especially in a foreign language that you might have to learn specifically for this role. Playing basketball
Yeah.
could possibly be a hidden
Basketball.
talent. There was
Yeah.
singing. We've brought singing up before in the past, but we haven't heard this much singing from him.
I also
Um,
need to bring something else up, and you wouldn't know about this unless you really looked for it. But on YouTube, there is a 10-minute deleted segment of this movie of him being like this Marilyn Manson type goth hard metal head.
What?
Song that he's singing on stage. It's called Inside of You, Inside of Me. He recorded it. There's a full recorded version on the soundtrack, even though it's a deleted segment. And the lyrics are ridiculous. He sings it so well.
Oh my God,
So-
we have to watch that.
6 for hidden talents.
6 for hidden talents. Awesome.
Next we have
Swoons. Allison, for sure, with the writer.
And there was one girl who threw her panties at him, but I don't know if we really saw her.
how about he just
thing.
gets one collective swoon?
Yeah,
So
okay.
a 2. Temperature.
This is
I-
going to be like the hair. It's going to be
I
hard.
know.
So so you really like the drug lord.
Oh my
I didn't find him
God.
attractive at all.
Are you serious? Yes. He was
I didn't either.
So really? He
It
was
wasn't my
so
thing.
sexy.
No.
It is an attractive look for some people, and that's fine. It's just
That's
not
a really nice way of putting it, Elizabeth.
For some people.
Yeah. Now there were
Yeah.
also some temperatures that were not
Like
appealing.
negative.
I don't know
average.
where this leaves us, ladies. Take a graph, like a line graph, like this. The line should go up and down like this, or
No,
like this.
like-
sorry.
Yeah.
1 through 10 going up, and then the characters going across. Now let's rate original Elliot.
Maybe a 5.
If we struck up a good enough friendship, I would probably end up liking him
Yeah,
in a romantic way.
but it's not like a
A little coaching.
like
Right.
who is that guy? He's so beautiful.
Right.
Yeah, it would be a slow burn. Okay, so
Okay.
Fabio's definitely a 10.
10.
Yeah,
for sure.
10.
Colombian Drug Lord.
10.
I don't think so. He has half of a mustache.
Because there are some very unattractive ones coming up that we can agree will be low. We can give the drug lord a little bit of a higher score, even though I personally don't find him attractive.
I'll put it in between 8 and 9.
It's not like he's my dream man or anything. It's fine.
All right, Red.
3.
2. You
Yeah.
know what? 3.
3 is good.
B-ball.
B-ball.
2.
There's a 2.
Now the rider.
Rider. I'm fine with a 9 or a 10.
I'm fine with the 10.
9. 10.
Let's do. I'm fine with either.
Let's do 10.
Okay.
Prez.
Because 1.
1.
His teeth were really bad. I would just not want to.
So bad.
New Elliot.
I'd say like
How about a 7?
7 or 8 for
7.
me. Let's do
I mean,
7.
Let's go 7.
Yeah. Yeah, we're good.
Okay. So
Would you like for me to hold the board?
I would love that. We have original Elliot. Then we have Fabio. Now we have the Columbian Drug Lord. I was going to say colonial. Now we have Red.
Bit of a downturn there.
B-ball. B-ball is even worse.
Further down
Rider.
we go.
Woo!
Skyrocket.
Prez. Ooh. New Elliot. Woo! That is the diagram.
Okay, now
The W.
That's a great diagram.
That's the W that
It
it
really
turns
is.
into.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Would you like to calculate?
Yes. Give me those numbers, baby.
5, 10, 8.5, 3, 2, 10, 1, 7. Is that it? Yeah, divided by what? 46.5 divided by 8.
5.81.
We should
Yeah,
round up to 6.
6. I
That
think
feels,
6 works.
That feels good to me.
This was a very scholarly way to go about figuring
Yeah.
this out. And it was
was.
fun to make a graph. Dancing.
Dancing. There was a tiny little basketball dance he did. I think it was after he scored a goal or something, and he does like this weird like victory dance kind of thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
But it's not even like he's really dancing. It's just like a little
Mm.
move.
There's not a lot. I mean,
There
I would
really
be
isn't.
willing to give him a 1 or nothing.
We don't have to do anything really. It was so
Okay.
negligible.
0 dancing.
Last
Yeah.
category is
Costumes.
I was not blown away by the costuming for him. I was blown away by Elizabeth Hurley's costumes, as I think we all were.
Absolutely.
Whitney, when are you both going to realize that the Columbian Drug Lord was hot on some level? He had fantastic costumes. He was wearing like a white silk robe
I agree.
with beautiful white pajama pants.
He had the best costumes.
He has
But yeah, when he's the Columbian Drug Lord and he's wearing that riding outfit, that was attractive. That fit him very well, and I did like that a lot.
Yeah, and it was like this black riding outfit, but then he had brown leather riding boots on, and he had like a silk
Yeah.
scarf tied around his neck, which looked so good on
Mhm.
him. And then he wore the white suit in his last scene. I liked how it wasn't flashy or anything like that, except for the gold jewelry. I thought that he looked so attractive as the Columbian Drug Lord. So the next one is the basketball jersey, which I'm not really into basketball jerseys. They're just baggy clothes.
Not the most flattering.
The all black suit as the rider, which
I liked the all black. I liked the
I liked his
suspenders.
cummerbund.
Yeah, me too.
Mhm.
Really liked that.
Yeah.
Okay, when he appeared as the writer, there was a point I think we were both like, and then there's Elliot in his khaki pants.
The original Elliot, he was wearing like a members only style jacket. He was wearing saddle shoes, which I loved.
Yeah, an aviator.
And the aviator glasses.
And it's funny that in the 2000s, that was really nerdy.
Mhm. And then I wrote down the jean jacket.
I liked that a lot. I think the costumes were great for each character in their own way.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
for this movie, just because he plays so many parts, we are just having to change how we're scoring.
I think we did this before where I rated them based on how well they fit the character
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
and not necessarily how attractive they are.
We were not supposed to like a lot of them.
Right.
They were intentionally
Mhm.
unappealing.
666
666, calling the devil.
Notes.
notes. I feel as though I've been bedazzled by Brendan in this movie.
Call 666. I've been bedazzled.
Oh yes, that's it. That's
I
it.
love it.
Well, I couldn't have done it without your note, Elizabeth.
They work together so well.
To be bedazzled, to be just.
Or page 666.
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
page.
yeah,
It is
page.
a page.
Yeah.
Our final score for Bedazzled is 50.
This was a really fun one to watch. And this
It
was
really
made even better by the fact that you were with us today. Elizabeth, thank you so much for being a part of this with us.
Thank you for having me again.
Yay!
So fun. So good to see you.
So we'll see everyone
You
next
too.
week.
we hope we bedazzled you.
Keep it
scholarly.
So I know that we didn't really have like an activity planned, but I couldn't help myself.
There's been this secretive
Dizzy.
package that she ordered and sent to my place, and she said, "Don't open it. Don't open it." And so I have no
Dizzy,
idea.
what did you do?
Okay, I was looking for a photo of Brendan. I'm doing Googling and I'm finding like all the same photos that I always find.
I'm doing Googling.
There was one photo that I saw that I was like, is this for real or has this been photoshopped? So then I start doing some digging and I find, okay,
Is this the magazine?
yes,
What magazine?
The
the
magazine?
magazine. Okay, so this,
I know what you're talking about.
do you? This is from August 1997, and this is a magazine called Premiere. Are you ready for
Okay.
this? First, I'm going to show Elizabeth.
I don't know if I'm
Don't
ready.
look at the screen,
Not
Whitney.
looking.
Whew. Oh, yep, there he is. There it is.
What?
Oh, you need more time with that. I
It's
understand.
gonna take a moment.
Look at how beautiful his belly
So
button
beautiful.
is.
I watched a bunch of interviews that he did, and I found him on the Graham Norton show. And on that episode, they go into detail, go
to watch
through the
that.
pictures, and like talks about like what it was like to do the photo shoot and everything. And
This is true scholarly sleuthing.
that's the one. Oh,
Clearly, I have not
Oh my
been
God.
doing Googling. Oh, wow. See, he's like pointing his foot.
I know. So this one is the one where I was like, is this Photoshopped? This has to be like some kind of like weird fan fiction, you know?
see, I mean, it's gorgeous, but I don't get the theme, and I don't know why they thought
It's-
of him and putting him in that theme.
Wow, he looks like Ariel's dad.
Yeah, he does.
No, well, really, he should be her boyfriend.
More like her dad.
Yeah.
Why
Which-
don't they do
no.
photo shoots like this anymore for people?
So this is the last
I'm
one.
kind of glad they don't do that one because that, oh,
Mhm.
I don't know. It's like trying too hard.
Yes, I agree.
The choice of fabric is a little weird, in my opinion.
I mean, I'm fine with it.